I'm recording this video for myself mainly to try and voice some of the things I've been thinking this week. And I don't think I've got it down. I don't think it's clear and polished. I think it's quite chaotic, and half of me was expecting some of this stuff and half of me is being bowled over by it. One of the primary things that's going on is somebody that I've known for quite a few years passed away on Monday night. He was fighting cancer, and one of those characters, always a bigger than life character, and he seemed to be winning, right? He seemed to be, going through the chemo, had come out, was doing videos, and then out of the blue from my side was an email from his son going, he's back in hospital, give us space. We've been told it's this weekend. And it brings up a lot to me. It brings up the number of people I've lost now to cancer, to other illnesses that seemingly have no rhyme or reason. This person, it doesn't really matter who they are, but his name was Steve, and if you know my world a bit, you probably know what I'm talking about. And the reason I'm not doing a big, hey, this guy was this for me and this for me, because I've seen all these people posting online about it since, and there's like a frustration of, why were you not saying that before, and why don't we? And I also get that, and probably another time I'll do a video about Steve and the ways we thought alike, the way we didn't think alike, the challenges that was. He was very much a British bulldog character, challenging people, which is the way he was, right? He lived the world his way. And it gets me present to the people I've lost. It gets me present to this challenging time we're in. I live in a very weird bubble at the moment, is how I describe it. I've got people I know who are having extraordinary lives, and there are others who are really challenged, and I don't just mean in simple ways, the kind of stuff that for most people, including myself, it would just knock us out, and they're somehow keeping going. And that's not just here in the UK, that's around the world. It's a privilege to know those people, and I'm also daunted by it. I'm 48 in next year. So February next year I'll be 48 years old, and the fact I even get to say this at all is quite a lot to me. The stomach surgery a few years ago was hit or miss. It wasn't an easy surgery, and that was 5 years of chronic pain that could have ended very differently. And there are too many people I care about that aren't around. And so much of my life has been helping people who helped others, who built businesses that helped others build businesses, and charities, other charities. So many layers behind that it's kind of surreal today to watch what's going on. I've been very much biting my tongue going, do I create content, not create content? I had a great call today with a good friend, one of our, and the Five Connectional Inner Circle connection, somebody that I have real proven trust with, and I'm speaking carefully because I want to honor that trust. But the things we know about these people that other people see online, it's chalk and cheese. Is that the right phrase? It's like completely not the same. And when you see people, I'm breathing heavy, right? I'm not in my calm, centered space right now. I'm not angry, I'm just daunted by it. And so I'm recording the video for myself. I'm recording this video because if you are out there and you're feeling that overwhelm, you're feeling that this is not fair the way things are, I don't think you're alone. I really don't. And I think it's okay to pause and grieve. I think it's also okay to take a breath. I think it's also okay to recognize that so many systems are broken at a macroeconomic level, at a societal level. Things aren't working and we keep pretending they are, because at the same time, nobody wants the complaining, nobody wants the whinging, nobody wants the, hey, it's not happening. So how do we find ways forward? The only way I think we can is to find people to brainstorm, to mastermind, to start to rebuild, or just to be human with and be honest. Somebody today was like, hey, any update on this form I sent you? And I had to nicely say, look, I've lost 12 people in the last few weeks. This is not a good time. They were very fun, exciting things they've got, but they're not necessary right now for me. It wasn't a priority. It had gone out of my radar. And what really matters is going to become, I think, more and more profound in the next few months and years. And I'm not just talking about technology changes, I'm talking really what it means to be us. I look back now, 30 years ago, life that was possible for me here in the UK was completely different. Even talking like this on camera wasn't a possibility for so many reasons. And so today, the fact I can sit by my favourite tree here in the park, I spend hours sitting there writing, journaling, doing client calls, thinking, crying, laughing, different seasons. It's profound, and it also leaves me confused, truthfully. What can I do to be of value? How can I be of service? How can I find a way to be workable in this world where I've got experiences and knowledge, and yet others don't know who we are? The more I try and create, the more I try and share, the more it's just another person broadcasting, right? How it used to be was a referral. Somebody would say, hey, talk to Simon. Somebody had known. Many of those people that really knew me, they're not around. And that leaves me wondering what's next. I'm sort of open to the universe showing that. I'm open to the 5 connections I'm building. And I said I've got extraordinary relationships in the UK, the US, Puerto Rico, Thailand, France, and around the world. Extraordinary people. But I also think it's what do we do day to day, this sort of community aspect. And if you're watching this and there's somebody you haven't spoken to for a while, reach out, let them know you think about them. If you need people to talk to, there are people out there, and there is this balancing point between actual mental health stress needing professional support and the human bit of actually having somebody to listen and know that you're a human going through human emotions. The people I know that are leveraging things to go, hey, this happened, special offer, it makes me sick to my stomach. So why am I making this video? I'm making the video because I can, and because I want you to know that you're not alone in being human. And because whether an AI watches this or a human watches this or one person watches this, that counts. Someone I know made a big thing earlier about how, 10 views is the same as 10 people in a room, right? Having 1,000 views of a video, 100 reads, 1 podcast download can make a big difference. We forget that, especially over time. We live in this world, there's seemingly all this stuff going on, but really what we're seeing is 1% of 1% of 1% of actually what life is on the planet. There's so many things we could do, and so how do we navigate? The only way I know to do that is through talking to other people, getting ideas, collaborating and sharing. And I don't know what's most important to focus on right now. I got my book coming out, maybe. Well, I say maybe because it's the plan, but who knows what happens next, right? I genuinely am shaken by my friend's death, and it makes me wonder about what really matters. I've seen so much stuff happen the last few months, the last few years, and I try and put the brave face, try and put the upbeat face on. I also know it's a mess out there for many people, and not in the ways you'd think. So what comes next? For me, I'm going to go back in, ready for this call, and I hope if you're watching this, you know that maybe it's okay to have heavy thoughts some days, to be okay with being human, and know that if you do need help, there are people out there that want to listen and want to help. In the UK, we have the NHS, National Health Service, we've got Mind, other charities, and around the world, other people that will happily listen and talk. And the grief process is well understood and well misunderstood, truthfully. There are people that I lost over 40 years ago, and I still feel for them massively in my heart every time, and that's okay. So I don't think we need to forget. I do think we need to be with the human journey, and I think we have to be with how do we fit into that. And for myself, I hope that those people I've not been in touch with for a long, long time know that I care about them, and when the chance comes, we get to reconnect, because that's what matters.